Hey guys, my name is Zaky Hassan. I am a Ph.D. candidate at the University of Toronto. I'm also part of the Visions family. I was born and raised in Toronto. In high school, I was pretty interested in science. I then went to uni at the University of Toronto where I studied biochemistry. While I was there, I was introduced to kind of scientific research. The really cool thing is it was being taught by active scientists. You would have a prof that would teach you about like biochemistry 101, and then they would go back to their laboratory and like do real research, right? I got really excited about making actual discoveries instead of just learning about these things in a textbook. After that, I was really hooked, and here I am. I'm doing a PhD, and I'll probably be doing science for the rest of my life. What does Black history mean to me? Having an understanding that you're standing on the shoulders of giants, like you're not starting from scratch. You're really building on millennia of humanity. I want to leave a legacy that becomes part of Black history, right? I draw inspiration from other giants in science, in culture. It means celebrating when you're not celebrated. It's calling back the recognition that our people deserve and making sure that it's not forgotten. My parents, they're folks that I admire, number one, because of their tenacity, right? They were born and raised in Somalia. They left because of, war and strife, and they made their way here to Canada. They came to a country where they didn't speak the language. And they really worked to make sure that their children had the opportunities that they did not have. I was the first person in my family to go to university, getting a chance to do things for self-actualization and not have to worry about survival. They put in the work, so I didn't have to think about those things. That's why my parents are the folks that I admire. Why do I think that it's important to have more Black representation in STEM? If we don't have people that are involved in research, that are involved in the discovery of medicine, the investigation of disease, we're not going to have a say in how that technology is used. You're not going to have folks who are vouching for us, who are putting in the effort, putting in the hours to investigate a disease that may only affect a small subset of humanity, but that small subset of humanity is a lot of our people. I'm doing my PhD in biochemistry. I'm working on the biochemistry of coronaviruses and trying to identify how they interact with our body, what cells they infect, how that makes us sick, and how our body responds and protects us from these viruses, right? I really see science as my way of making an impact on a grander scale. You don't have a eureka moment every day, it might happen once in your lifetime. But the really cool thing is that once in a lifetime thing that you do, it has the potential to have an impact on a global scale. There was a few folks who spend their time just looking at the stability of viruses. It might just feel obscure 20, 30 years ago, but that work was so fundamental to the creation of the vaccines today. Whoever that person was who made that discovery, I'm not sure if they knew that their contribution to science would be used in a product that is saving hundreds of millions of lives today. A small thing that you do can have a grand impact. On a more local scale, Say Somaali is a grassroots org that me and a couple folks from Toronto also run that strives to support Somali youth in Toronto and to help them become successful and self-fulfilled individuals. We work with youth who are in high school, we work with youth who are in college and post-secondary, and we ensure that they have access to supports, whether that be mentorship, opportunities to explore other fields, all in an effort to really kind of build a strong and robust community. I'm proud to be Black because it gives me a sense of identity. I know where I come from. I see Blackness as a community that transcends race. When you meet someone anywhere in the world, you have a bond that transcends everything that makes you different. By celebrating Black history, we cement these accomplishments. We ensure that these achievements are not forgotten and that these achievements serve as inspiration for the next generation. What advice should I give to Black youth today? That you are welcome, number one. You deserve to be here, and we will support you. My name is Zaky, and I am Black History in the Making.